Good day everyone. So today, please lend your ears as we discuss our topic about French policing system. But before that, let me introduce you about a brief summary or a description about France. France is one of the oldest nations on earth and the most ethnically diverse country in Europe. These deep and broad influences have made France a world leader throughout history in nearly all aspects of culture, including cuisine, winemaking, politics, philosophy, music, art, film, fashion, literature, and sports. France is called the hexagon because of its rough resemblance to a six-sided shape. This nickname is widely used and loved by the French people for several reasons such as geography, simplicity and memorability, uniqueness, and affection. So let's move on to the type of law enforcement of French policing system. Despite various attempts at reform, France remains the most centralized state in Europe. The organization of the country around the Parisian center was originally a consequence of the French Revolution, which gave birth to the departmental regions. France has a semi-presidential republic government. This means it combines elements of both presidential and parliamentary systems. Head of state of France is a president, and they have also a prime minister. The national headquarters of police in France is located at Paris. French police consists of three centralized forces. The first one is the national police, and the second one is national gendarmerie, and the municipal police. Let's go to Police National, formerly called as the Sûreté, is considered a civilian force. Its origin date back to 1812 and was created by Eugene Francois de Vosges. In 1966, its name was officially changed to Police National. The Police National are under the control of the Ministry of Interior. Its strength is roughly 149,000. The Paris Police Prefecture, directly controlled by the French Minister of Interior, who are assisted by the Direction de la Prévention, de la Sécurité et de la Protection, or the DPSP, Prevention, Security and Protection Directorate, is composed of agents with municipal police powers titled Inspectors de Sécurité, or the Security Inspectors. This is one of the few exceptions to the General Directorate's exclusive control. It is the primary law enforcement agency in urban areas, responsible for maintaining public order, preventing and investigating crimes, traffic control, and providing general security. The National Police also include specialized units like riot police and criminal investigation units. The National Police is a civilian force under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Interior and primarily responsible for urban areas. So let's move on to functions and missions. The role of the National Police is generally to ensure that the laws are observed and enforced. Efforts are also directed at the prevention of delinquency. In that context, the National Police conducts security operations under the supervision of the judiciary, conducts criminal inquiries, serves search warrants, as well as maintaining specific judiciary police services for criminal inquiries. Let's move on to structures and organization. One of France's two police presences is the National Police, a civil law enforcement agency with primary jurisdiction in cities and large towns with population exceeding 16,000 inhabitants. It is under the authority of the Minister of the Interior. At the top of the police hierarchy is the General Directorate of the National Police, which oversees the following divisions. First one is General Inspectorate of National Police, Central Directorate of Judiciary Police, Directorate of Territory Surveillance, Central Directorate of Public Security, Central Directorate for General Information, Central Directorate of Border Police, Central Service of the Republic's Security Forces, Technical International Police Cooperation Service, and the Protection of High-Profile Personalities Department. The National Police comprises about 150,000 staff divided into two categories. The first category is the police officers and the second one is the administrative employees. So let's go to education and training of police. Personnel are recruited on the basis of competitive examination. Training is given in a specialized school. The officer's rank often depends upon his or her educational level, whether secondary or post-secondary. Once selected, police recruits attend the Saint Cyr School at Mont d'Or for 10 months, while inspector attend the Canet Clause School for 6 months and peace agents attend the Superior School for 6 months. France has mechanisms of internal and external evaluation that ensures proper police conduct. Ethical police conduct is further enforced by the Code of National Police and related investigatory bodies. The main directions of Police National are headquartered in Paris. The security public, or in English, public security, is responsible of all missions of police on the French territory. For each French department, there is a departmental office. Also for Corsica and Overseas Department of France, the majority of police officers conduct their mission in uniform. However, some units have the ability to act in civilian clothes. They are called BAC, for Brigade Anti-Criminality. Let's move on to the Police aux Frontières. It is a branch of Police National in charge of the fight against illegal immigration. The Police aux Frontières, or PAF, in English language Border Police, is present in all French airports, important railway stations, and harbors. The PAF is also present for the security of the famous Channel Tunnel. The Company's Republicans de Security. The Company Republican de Security, or the CRS, is one of the famous direction of the Police National. It's the riot unit. It's also the police directorate in charge of beaches and mountains. Finally, the CRS are involved in the fight against road crime on French motorways.
The Police Judiciary. The Police Judiciary, or PJ, is in charge of criminal investigations. The Police Judiciary, in English language, Judicial Police. Task range from research of the perpetrators of murders, rapes, and robberies in the counter-terrorism. It is also in charge of the scientific police. The Service de la Protection. The Service de la Protection, or SDLP, is the service of official bodyguards. The SDLP, or in English language, Protection Service, is in charge of security of heads of the state of the French Republic. In 2015, President of the French Republic, François Hollande, French Prime Minister Manuel Valls, and all ministers are under protection of SDLP police officers. Some foreign ambassadors, like ambassadors of United Kingdom, USA, or Israel, are also under protection when they are in France. The raid. Citrio Berlingo of the Police National in Nancy the raid, acronym of Research Assistant in Intervention Dissuasion, is the special unit of the Police National. Made famous in 1993 by hostage taking at a school in Neuilly-sur-Seine. It is the elite unit of the Police National. Its members are almost all snipers. In January 2015, the raid participated in the hunt for terrorists responsible for attack against the satirical newspaper Charlie Hebdo and the murder of a young policewoman. They led an assault against one of the terrorists holed up in a kosher store in Vincennes, releasing all hostage unharmed. National Gendarmerie. The Gendarmerie Nationale is the second largest police force in France, with over 100,000 officers. It is responsible for policing rural areas and small towns. The Gendarmerie Nationale is police force, and its officers are trained to use weapons and to carry out military operations. A. General information. The French Gendarmerie Nationale, or GN, is a police force under the administrative control of Ministry of Interior. B. Functions and mission. The French Gendarmerie is a military institution created to ensure public safety. It guarantees the protection of individuals and their properties, informs, warns, and rescues. In addition to ensuring the maintenance of the law and order and the enforcement of legislation, it may also contribute to the military defense of the nation. Its missions include the policing of French countryside areas and small towns, usually in population less than 20,000. Thus, although this comprises only 50% of population, it is responsible for 90% of the territory. This territorial gendarmerie conducts crime investigations under the same laws and regulations as the members of the active directorates of the National Police. C. Structure and organization. The French gendarmerie is an internal part of the armed forces, thus it falls under the responsibility of the Ministry of Defense for administrative and organic purposes. While administratively part of the armed forces, it is operationally attached to the Ministry of the Interior for its missions within France. And criminal investigations are run under the supervision of prosecutors and judges. The French Gendarmerie has two major units. 1. The Department of Gendarmerie carries out judicial and ordinary police functions and is divided into territorial stations, 3,600, with specific tasks as appropriate. 2. The mobile gendarmerie does not undertake judicial work but may move to reinforce other police or no undertake special duties. Their principal duty is to maintain public order. D. Staff data. Career gendarmes serve as either commissioned or non-commissioned officers. The lower ranks consist of auxiliary gendarmes on limited time contracts. As of March 2005, the total staff comprise personnel. Education and training. The Academy of National Gendarmerie Officers is the officers training center located in Melun, which provides officers basic training as well as a training as having been chosen through selective examination based on university standard. Students must complete a 2-year course including law, international crime, international relations, crime, public order, human resources management, relation with media, human rights, foreign language, crisis management in order to become a gendarme officer. Non-commissioned officers are trained or retrained in one of the 6 academies that are to be found in whole territory. The gendarmerie promotion system offers large avenues for non-commissioned. Judicial police. Judicial police operates as a special agency within both the national police and gendarmerie. Their main role is investigate, prevent, and solve major crimes. They work closely with the judiciary and are responsible for gathering evidence, interrogations, and other aspects of criminal investigations. 3. Municipal police. Municipal police forces, known as police municipal, operate at the local level and are responsible for maintaining public order and enforcing municipal regulations. These forces are generally smaller and less well equipped than the national police and gendarmerie, but they play an important role in ensuring the safety of communities. The municipal police are responsible for daily urban policing and covers all criminal and public order matters. Within its urban boundaries, approximately half of, half of all municipal police officers are sworn agents and carry guns, while most of the half are municipal agents. Ministry of Interior, Ministere de Interior, the parent of the parent agency of the Police Nationale in France. The Ministry of the Interior is responsible for a wide range of functions related to internal security, including law enforcement, public order, civil defense, emergency services, border control, immigration, local government. The Police Nationale is one of the main agencies under the Ministry of the Interior's control. It is responsible for law enforcement in cities and large towns across France. Here is the chart to illustrate the relationship between the Ministry of the Interior and the Police Nationale. Ministry of Interior, Police Nationale, National Police, Gendarmerie Nationale, National Gendarmerie. Other agencies, Border Police, Civil Protection, France Policing Ranks, Police Nationale, Director General de Police Nationale, Director des Services Actifs, Inspector General, Contrôleur General, Gendarmerie Nationale, General d'Armée, General de Corps de Army, General de Division, General de Brigade. The National Police is divided into three corps in the terminology of French civil service is ascending order of seniority. The Corps de Maîtrise et the application or authority and enforcement corps corresponds approximately to be enlisted and non-commissioned ranks in military force, or the constables and sergeants in a British-style civil police force. Brigadier Major, Brigadier Chief, Brigadier, Sous-Brigadier after 12 years of service. Guardian de la Paix, Keeper of Peace. Guardian de la Paix, Stagiaire, Keeper of the Peace intern, first year after school. 2. The Corps de Commandement et de Encadrement, Command and Management Corps, corresponds approximately to the lower commission ranks of a military force or grades of inspector in a British-style civil police force. These ranks were previously known as inspectors, detectives, or officers de la Paix uninformed, although CRS officer always use the current ranks. Command, formerly commandant or inspector divisionary. Captain, formerly officer de la Paix. Principal or inspector principal. Lieutenant, formerly officer de la Paix or inspector. Lieutenant intern, lieutenant student.
The last national police is the Corps de Conception et de Direction or the Conception and Direction Corps. They are corresponds approximately to the higher commissioned ranks of a military force or to grade of superintendent and chief officers in a British-style civil police force. Under Corps de Conception et de Direction, they are the Director of the Active Services, Inspector General, Controller General, Divisional Commissary, Principal Commissary, and the Police Commissary. For the age requirement, to work as a police officer for the French National Police or Gendarmerie, a candidate must be of French nationality and between 17 and 35 years old. Candidate must also be at least 5'3" and in good health with good eyesight. Other requirements include a minimum of the French baccalaureate and a clean criminal record. France's statutory minimum retirement age is 62 for those born between 1955 and August 31, 1961. It is then raised by 3 months per generation. For French emergency services and numbers, you can call the following French numbers from any phone in France. For medical, just dial 15. For police, dial 17. For fire brigade, dial 18. And for Europe-wide emergency number, just call 112. The call is free and the operators provide emergency services with the location data of the caller. The police-to-population ratio in France is 422 police officers per 100,000 inhabitants as of 2023. This means that there are approximately 2.38 police officers per 1,000 inhabitants. These are the uniform for Police National, Gendarmerie Nationale, and Municipal Police. The salary and benefits of police officers in France vary depending on several factors including rank, branch of service, location, experience, and qualifications. Officers with more experience and higher qualifications generally earn more. Here is a general overview for the salary of police officers in France. There is an average salary and the salary range. The benefits of police officers in France are the health insurance, pension, housing allowance, family allowances, life insurance, paid vacation, sick leave, training opportunities, and the job security. Police officers have job security, which is rare in the French economy. Overall peace and order of the country. France is a safe country for most travelers. The risk of violent crimes is low, and there is a strong police presence in major cities. However, it is important to be aware of your surroundings and take precautions to protect your belongings, especially in crowded areas. The National Police Training Institute or the Institut National de Police is in charge for the training, human resource development, and continuing education for police along with the Ministry of the Interior. The Ministry of the Interior of France implements a wide range of programs aimed to maintaining public safety, security, and order. Here are some of the key programs. The first one is the law enforcement. The ministry oversees the two national police forces, the Police National and the Gendarmerie Nationale. These forces are responsible for investigating crimes, preventing crime, and maintaining public order. The ministry also provides support and resources to local police forces. The second one is the border security. The ministry is responsible for securing France's borders, including controlling immigration and preventing terrorism. This includes working with other countries to share intelligence and coordinate border security efforts. The ministry also operates the French Border Police or the Police aux Frontières, which is responsible for border control at airports, seaports, and land borders. The third one is the civil protection. The ministry is responsible for ensuring the safety of the French population in the event of natural disasters or other emergencies. This includes providing emergency services, coordinating disasters, and developing emergency preparedness plans. The ministry also operates the French Civil Protection Agencies, which is responsible for responding to natural disaster and other emergencies. The one is the counterterrorism. The ministry is responsible for preventing and responding to terrorist attacks. This includes working with other countries to share intelligence and develop counterterrorism strategies. The ministry also operates a number of specialized counterterrorism units, such as the Anti-Terrorist Brigade and the Intelligence Directorate. The fifth one is the cybersecurity. The ministry is responsible for protecting France's critical infrastructure from cyber attacks. This includes developing cybersecurity strategies, working with businesses to improve their cybersecurity posture, and responding to cyber attacks. The ministry also operates the National Cybersecurity Agency, which is responsible for the France cybersecurity efforts. The next one is the immigration. The ministry is responsible for managing immigration to France. This includes processing visa applications, setting immigration quotas, and integrating immigrants into French society. The ministry also operates the French Office for Immigration and Integration, which is responsible for processing visa applications and integrating immigrants into French society. The next one is the local government. The ministry oversees the French local government system. This includes providing funding and support to local authorities and ensuring that local governments comply with national laws and regulations. And the last one is the civil liberties. The ministry is responsible for protecting the civil liberties of French citizens. This includes ensuring that the police and other law enforcement agencies respect the rights of individuals. The ministry also operates the French National Commission for Human Rights, which is responsible for investigating human rights violations.